Look at this beauty. It's hot, saucy, and loaded with meat. Basically everything my Tinder profile promises but fails to deliver. Here is everything we're going to need for 5 portions. Don't worry about memorizing the exact amounts. I've got every single measurement listed down below in the video description for you. We're jumping straight into the eggs. Now, for the ultimate macro-friendly texture, I'm using a mix of 4 whole eggs and 4 egg whites. Now, a bunch of you called me out in one of my last videos, saying that the old Gordon Ramsay rule of never salt your eggs until the very end is outdated science. Supposedly, salting them early keeps them tender. So, we are putting that to the test today. In goes a generous pinch of salt. Whisk that up real nice, and then we're just going to set this bowl aside for about 15 minutes to let the magic happen. Next up, the chilies. Just give them a quick, rough chop. Feel free to use whatever chilies you want here, depending on your personal spice tolerance and how much you enjoy crying for mercy on the toilet at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Most people think the seeds are the deadly part, but the real heat is hidden in that white inner membrane. So if you're a coward, go ahead and scrape all of that out. But if you love making terrible choices, leave it all in and embrace the burn. Next, the garlic. Same deal, just mince it up real nice. For the green onions, we're going to separate the whites from the greens. Just slice them into thin little rings. Keep the green tops to the side for later. That's going to be our fancy garnish at the end, so we can pretend we actually know what we're doing in the kitchen. Now for the soul of the dish, the sauce. Grab your gochujang for that deep, sweet, and smoky heat. Then add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce for that rich umami flavor, 2.5 tablespoons of gochugaru. Those are just vibrant Korean chili flakes, 1.5 tablespoons of honey for that sweet balance, and a generous crack of fresh black pepper. To get the perfect consistency, loosen it up with 3 tablespoons of water and then stir it all together. By the way, if your local Asian grocery store doesn't stock Gochugaru or Gochujang, you can easily grab it online. Now, fire up your wok or a big pan and toss in 1 tablespoon of neutral vegetable oil. Crank it to medium-high and pour in those salted eggs. Now, the secret here is to gently push the cooked edges toward the center with a spatula. Let the raw liquid flow to the edges and just make sure nothing burns. The moment your eggs are about 90% cooked, meaning they still look a little wet, get them out of there and onto a plate. The residual heat will finish cooking them perfectly on the plate, keeping them incredibly soft. Add another half tablespoon of oil, turn the heat up to high, and let's sear our ground beef. Depending on how big your wok or pan is, you'll probably want to brown this meat in 2 or 3 separate batches. If you dump all the meat in at once, the pan temperature will drop, the meat will start boiling in its own juices, and you'll lose all those beautiful, crispy, caramelized edges. And we want that flavor. Once all your beef is nicely browned and back in the pan, toss in your chopped veggies. By the way, if you want to volume eat and pack in more micros, this is the perfect time to throw in some finely chopped carrots, zucchini, peas, or mushrooms. Customize it however your heart desires. After about 2 minutes of tossing the veggies, it's time for the cold, day-old rice. Fresh rice has too much moisture and will turn into mush. Stir-fry that on high heat for another 2 to 3 minutes. Now, the MVP. We pour in our beautiful sauce. Stir everything together and let it fry for about 3 minutes. While the rice is soaking up all that incredible sauce, do me a favor and give that like button a gentle slap. And subscribe if you haven't already. And leave a comment down below to algorithmically bless this channel. Thank you. All right, back to business. Take the pan completely off the heat and stir in 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. You never want to cook sesame oil over high heat because it burns easily and turns bitter. We just want that incredible nutty aroma at the very end. Give it a quick taste test to make sure the seasoning is perfect, and we are basically done. By the way, you could absolutely throw the eggs right into the rice and mix it all up. Personally, I love to construct the container with a bit of strategy. I'll pack a generous amount of rice onto one side, neatly nestle those beautiful, glossy eggs right beside it, and then finish the whole thing off with our fresh green onions for that perfect crunch and pop of color. Toss on some toasted sesame seeds for the aesthetics, and boom, dinner is served. This whole recipe clocks in at just over 700 calories and packs a massive 56 grams of protein. If you're meal prepping this, make sure you let the containers sit open and steam out completely before putting the lids on. Once sealed, these will easily stay fresh in the fridge for up to 4 days. If you're hungry for more easy, high-protein recipes that actually taste amazing, click right here for the next video. I'll see you over there.